See the value of one of the basic lean management tools, value stream mapping, exemplified by the case of Perfecta Centrum Reklamy. Perfecta was established in 1994. The company designs and manufactures devices that support the products of its customers. Perfecta decided to use the value stream mapping tool in order to shorten the lead time of the acquiring order process. Let's see the framework of the process. The acquiring order process consists of 4 main phases: identification of customer needs, preparation of the initial offer in the form of a sketch, building a prototype, and customer acceptance. The outcome of a successful project is a production order from the customer.
All office processes are burdened with waste. In order to reveal the waste of office processes and expose the improvement potential, the process of acquiring orders through Perfecta was analysed.
Waste is anything that adds cost or time without adding value. The most common wastes are waiting, for example of documents to be signed or people to be given information. Rework caused by errors that have to be corrected or specifications that require completion. Overproducing, for example making too many copies or documents processed too early. Inventory, storing too many materials or documents in relation to real needs. Excessive motion of people or needless transport of documents, devices, and so on. Overprocessing, for example making reports that no one looks over. Let's see the process of acquiring orders through Perfecta, taking into consideration the types of waste that we are now aware of. Appointment with customer, waiting. Potential project analysis, waiting. Resource planning, waiting. Talking the details over, sketch, waiting. Pricing, waiting. Delivery to the customer, waiting. Modifications to the project, new prototype, waiting. Another pricing, appointment with customer, waiting. Customer approval or resignation. The process consists of 53 steps, among which 37 are classified as waste, which means that they don't add value from the customer's point of view. It appears that only 16 steps can be found as value adding. The whole process lasts 74 days, while the total time for value adding steps is 11 days. Let's look at 2 definitions. Value stream is a sequence of steps, both value adding and non-value adding, required to complete a product, document, or service from beginning to end. Value stream mapping is the visual representation of the value stream. The method is designed for identifying and eliminating waste in the analysed process in order to increase customer satisfaction. Drawing the value stream map starts with recognising all steps in the stream. We do it in reverse sequence, which means starting from the last step and moving toward the beginning of the process. The square symbol represents a single step. The last step in acquiring the order process is customer acceptance and placing a production order. The preceding step is prototype presentation, which is represented in the same way. Unfortunately, there is waiting time between the steps. This is represented by the symbolic pile of documents. For the analysed process, waiting time comes between 0 and 30 days. An arrow between steps represents documents, materials, work, or information flow. In order to analyse the process properly, it is essential to collect particular information concerning every single step. We can write the information in the table below or inside the symbol of the step. Process time is the time spent actually performing the work of the particular step, sometimes called hands-on time or touch time. Delay time is the time of disruptions inside the step. For example, waiting for a call back. It is represented by the icon of a clock placed above the step. Another type of delay time is the time that appears between steps and causes the extension of the lead time. for example, a document waiting in an inbox. Lead time is the total time required to complete the process. It is the sum of process time and delay time. Percent complete and accurate is the measure of the quality of work or information. It represents this part of work or set of information which was completed and correct in the first pass through the process. In order to ensure clarity of the scheme, all data of the particular steps on the map for Perfecta are placed inside the step symbols. In case a group of activities is not correctly performed the first time, repeating it is necessary. Multiple repetition of the group of activities creates a loop that is represented by the round arrow. Inside the arrow, we note the number of repetitions. In order to analyze the lead time of the process, a timeline below the map is created. We note the times of particular steps and waiting times between them on the line. Now that we understand the meaning of the symbols, let's see the current state map of the acquiring order process of Perfecta. The timeline of the analysed process is produced to calculate the results of value stream mapping. The lead time, without taking loops into consideration, varies from 21 to 74 days and differs from the process time significantly, as the latter is from 8 to 20 days. The value of percent complete and accurate rate is surprising. It revealed that only 1% of the projects were completed successfully, and successfully means that the customer made a production order after the product passed through the process without repetitions. The great majority of the projects needed to be corrected. In the analysed process, we could observe numerous problems, among which can be mentioned low completeness of data passed downstream, waiting times both between and inside steps, loops, which means multiple repetitions of a particular group of activities, incorrect analysis of potential projects, lack of a system of setting a project's priority, isolated activity of particular departments, lack of proper worker training, unfavourable time distribution in the process. Identifying the current state doesn't close the mapping process. The next phase is developing methods of eliminating problems. This is the second goal of value stream mapping. It consists of devising improvement actions that will enable the elimination of the root causes of problems. Implementing these actions will give rise to the future state of the analysed process. We mark improvement actions on the map with a burst symbol. The number of people engaged in the analysed process submitted improvement actions that correspond to the particular problems. Some of these actions are developing checklists in order to provide the process with comprehensive data from the customer, developing objective criteria for evaluating potential projects, uniting the sales department and project department in order to improve information flow, projects and people balancing, system of effective task realization planning, FIFO rule in queuing projects, designer and builder training, developing work standards in order to eliminate loops and corrections, realization of independent tasks simultaneously. Implementing the mentioned actions will eliminate both delays inside individual steps and queues between them. Significantly shorter lead time will be the result. What's more, the data quality and complementarily will increase considerably, which will reduce the number of loops to a maximum of 1. Some steps will be performed in parallel, and it will assure additional reduction of lead time. The timeline created for the future improved state shows that the lead time will be shortened from 74 to a maximum of 45 days. The total process time varies between 4 and 16 days. Estimated results are lead time reduced by 70%, process time reduced by 85%. Every product or service is performed within the value stream. Learning to see waste in it is the first step to improvement that, as a result, will benefit the company with lower process costs, a convenient work environment, and higher fulfillment of customer requirements. Value stream mapping is applicable both to the plant and to the office. The application of value stream mapping to office activity turned out to be successful for the acquiring order process in Perfecta. The company is currently implementing changes and has already noticed the effects of the utilization of this comprehensive tool.